Hey guys, this is lesson 3.1, solving systems of equations using the graphing method. So what you do here is you're trying to find the ordered pair, the x and the y, that are going to make both of these equations work. So using the graphing method, what you do is you graph them. So you can see the first two here are already in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So this first equation here, I could see would start at +2. Graphing on this is going to be so fun. And then the slope is -6, which means I go down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and right 1. And this gives me my first line that I'll try and make pretty. So then I would graph the second line. So the second line here I can see starts at -3, and it has a slope of -1. So I go down 1, right 1, and you can see right there is the point that they have in common. Right? That's the point that they have in common, and that's where my answer is going to be. So the point that they have in common is right here, and he would be 1, -4. So the answer is 1, -4, because remember x comma y. So I can see that this hits the x-axis at 1 and the y-axis here at -4. So this is 1, -4. The difference over here on this guy is they are not solved in slope-intercept form. So to solve this first one, I'd subtract 2x on both sides. So that gives me -y equals -2x minus 1. Y is not alone yet because of the negative, so I divide everything by negative, so the signs all change. So I get y equals 2x plus 1. So that would be my first equation to graph. So that has a y-intercept at 1. So I have my first dot at 1. Slope is 2, which would be 2 over 1. So I go up 2, right 1 dot, up 2, right 1 dot. Same thing as going down 2, left 1 dot, down 2, left 1 dot, right? So this is my first line. Ooh, I'm impressed with myself there. Then I'm going to graph the second line. So to solve that second equation, I would subtract 2x. So I get y equals -2x minus 3. So first dot, y-intercept, -3. Slope is -2, which means I can go down 2, right 1, or I could go up to, right there, they have a point in common, left 1. So that's my second line. So just like before, my answer then would be their point of x intersection, which would be -1, -1. So my answer is -1, -1. So that is the x and y value that I could plug into both of these equations, and it would make both of the equations true. All right, these two, same thing on 3 here. The top one and the bottom one, neither one of them are solved into slope-intercept form. So the top one, when I subtract the 2x, I get y equals -2x minus 3. So y-intercept is -3, so I'm starting at -3. Slope is -2, so I go down to right 1 or up to left 1. So here's my line that starts at -3, has a slope of -2. Then I would graph the second line. So second one here, I'd subtract 2x, so I've got, oops, I don't think it selected the red. So I have y equals -2x plus 4. So that one, I'm starting at +4. I can go down to right 1. Same thing as going up to left 1. But what I notice here is the lines are parallel, right? If they're parallel, they're never going to touch. If they're never going to touch, they never have a point in common. So this would be a special one called no solution. So the two special ones, if your lines never touch, that means there's never going to be an answer. So it would be no solution. The other part would be if you graph them and they're the exact same line, that means they have every point in common. So that would be infinitely many solutions. All right, number 4. Solving for y. These are just a little bit different. So you start this first one by dividing by -3. So you get -2, right, minus 1/3 x equals y when you divide everything by -3. So it's a little out of order. You could rewrite it if you like it to be pretty. Y equals negative 1/3 x minus 2. So y-intercept is negative 2. So I'm starting right here at negative 2. Slope is negative 1/3. So I can either go down 1 and right 3, or up 1 and left 3. So there's my first line. This one's the same, it's just that the equations are a little uglier to start off with. Second equation here, I would add 3. I'm going to go ahead and do that down here. So if I add 3, I've got 2x plus 3 equals 3y. And remember, it doesn't matter if you get y alone on the left or right. So then when I divide it all by 3 to get y alone, I have 2/3 x plus 3 divided by 3 would be 1 equals y. So I can see y-intercept is 1. Slope is 2/3, so I can go up 2, right 3. Same thing as going down 2, left 3. And there I can see there's the point that they have in common. Oh, epic fail right there on my line. But that's okay, I'll let it slide because I'm really looking for this point right here that they have in common, which would be negative 3, negative 1. So my answer here is negative 3, negative 1. And that's how you solve a system by graphing. In the coming days, we'll look at more methods. Take care.